Good day, friends. Yet another beautiful day. This is a real beautiful day. Fully organic. Real sky, real trees, real me, and I hope real you. Thank you for being able to hear me. Thank you for being able to try to see beyond the veil, because this is what we're doing. We are together jointly in this matter, unveiling our old paradigm, our old way of viewing stuff, our old way of thinking that this is the only way to live. So let's jump in. This is another episode of Own Your Own Bank series, which I think the title says it all. Are you ready to own your own bank? To own your own assets for real, for the first time in your hundreds of thousands of lives. Are you? So, the title for today goes like this. What is the best way to crumble the old? The old system, old habits, your old crumbled body. What is the best way? The answer? Stop supporting it. Meaning, and just my meaning, okay, and my interpretation. You take your own free will to do whatever you want with this question. Maybe you want to sit in the same old dump, in the same old, pile of gold, same old pile of medications for another century, 2, 3. I'm not. And I'm willing to share with others who are willing to hear that there is the opportunity for us. It's just an opportunity to see all this differently, to approach it to a different door, not to go to the main, well-lit door that everybody is going through. People die, go to the light, just for, no, really. I mean, it's a little bit too late once when they get trapped again in this, let's call it, bright light, moonlight shining for your reincarnation again on this, let's call it, trapped world. Because it was not only that you were trapped, it was a world itself was trapped in the matrix. So many people trying to break out of the matrix, go out of the scheme how everything was done, and once when we destroy this grid, everything will be just peachy. Not really. Because it's grid, this matrix, it's self-reparatory. It's fixing itself as soon as somebody tries to break it. As much effort you are trying to emphasize to break it, the same energy of your efforts to break it was used against you or against humanity to enslave us even more. So by us fighting against, let's call it, old system, okay, financial system, we'll take it as an example. We want to fight the old system. Fight it with what? With the guns, with laws, with guns are manufactured by the same freaks. Laws are written by the same freaks who are oppressing you. I'm talking in the third person because I don't feel like I'm oppressed anymore. So, trying to share my views, how you can pretty much do the same. But then again, listen the previous one about what is your choice. What is your choice? You wanna continue being oppressed, enslaved, tortured, sacrificed, or you wanna make another choice? Don't tell me they don't give you a choice, governments just give you left and right party. No, there is a possibility. But you have to go over and beyond these two options. There is your option. There is option which doesn't include any fight, doesn't include any waste of your energy. This is where we, going back to the financial, where we cannot create something from nothing. And then what the financial system was creating, a lot of, let's call it funds, a lot of influences, cash, currencies from the debt. So this doesn't work. I mean, it worked because we accepted it as, let's call it primary objective, as us as humans dealing with each other will deal with this kind of currency, death currency. And if you change just a little bit of the spelling, it's dead currency. Dead, like not living, which is absolutely the same. So having a chance to see it differently, without fighting the system, you can actually get out of it and see a beautiful opportunity that is looming around us for some time. Since Bitcoin in 2009 was fully, let's call it, put as a seed in our very inquisitive minds, we become much more conscious than we've been ever before, because we're just following the old financial rules of elite ruling everything, central banks printing everything, and we are just like a little sheep using all this what we can earn, again giving a tremendous amount of our energy into this to be able to survive. Now with Bitcoin and the blockchain approach, it's absolutely change gamer, because we are now playing a very, very interesting game. Without the fight, we're transmuting the old system, but not fighting it. We are transmuting it. And simple way to describe this title into a couple of words is, we cannot combat the old system. This system has to eat itself alive until it becomes dead. And the only way to completely collapse is by you, me, and everybody else start seeing a greater opportunity in cryptocurrencies like a Bitcoin, Ethereum. And then later on, when we realize there are really smart contracts contracts that will have a truthful recording of every transaction between the two humans. Not between a government, which is unhuman entity, with a human, me, you, but between two humans. When they decide, okay, you are Canadian, you live in this area. I'm a US citizen, I live in this area. So it will be just between me and you, or me as a Canadian and you as American. Just will be consent between two of us. How we see where another person lives, or how he want to deal with a certain thing. And it will only be, let's call it, signed by both parties if both parties agrees that it will not hurt and harm another party to benefit of something. So American says, no, I want a Canada, all of it, I'll just want Ontario, so I'll just take it because I have more weapons. No, you don't have anything. You have no weapons because I will not fight there, because I know this is my absolutely natural law, a natural right to stay where I am. I just have to claim it. That's it. And I'm giving you full right to you claim where you stay. So, kind of sideway. To crush it, absolutely the old system. We have to accept it that it was not fully functional. I mean, it was functional for some, tiny percent of population that we don't even know how nasty and devious they are or they were, because they were not anymore. But it's now our time to find a different approach to this, that we can accept we can be free by being absolutely truthful that will not, we don't need to fight anybody against to achieve what we already have. So when somebody asks you, what do you have? I have an apartment, I have this, I have a car, I have 2 children. Basically none of this is yours. Apartment is with a lien or with a mortgage. Car is registered under ownership of the fake government, or let's say entity that it doesn't have any natural laws here to exist. But you, by registering, you're signing it off. Children were taken away from you and from themselves with your consent on the date of birth or down the road. 2-3 years later, it was completely taken away from you by registering the birth through the birth certificate. So let's really have enough strength to realize that you choosing a different way, you can have finally a different outcome. By choosing a cryptocurrencies, by choosing a Bitcoin as a way of, first of all, earning. Because for the Bitcoins and for the cryptocurrency, you just have to find enough courage to put yourself in the position where you can start mining. Mining, not physical mining, but really mining the Bitcoin, which is absolutely a creation of you plus, let's say, your computer and the assets that you are paying for, your electricity. And this Bitcoin currency becomes truly of the value, becomes with a real intrinsic value within. So let's simplify it. Who creates dollars? These present dollars. Some printing company prints how many billions of dollars because governments put a bond in circulation and take a loan from even the higher institution of the finances, present finances, in central banks, through the central banks, through the International Monetary Fund. So these guys lend to your government, and then the government giving you a chance to use this money for certain, let's say, exchanges. But this money has never been created in physical. It was actually loaned or it created as a debt into existence. So let's say it's a very, very weak communication system between two people. It says like a very low voltage. The high voltage is a Bitcoin. The high voltage is any cryptocurrency which is preset, that how much effort anybody, human, with correlation with the computer have to do to create Every 10 minutes, one Bitcoin is created or mining out. I want you to take it as a whole picture. Don't take it literally. We are not here to fight anybody. We are not here to exclude anybody. Even all these old financial gurus, advisors, the bankers, they will eventually get this point. They cannot live off loaned money or of the negative value, because it goes against your skin, it goes against your energetic skin. So would you like to be half dead and then eaten every time you buy something new, you pay your apartment, when you buy a house? No. Let's turn this around and let's not support this anymore. Let's not support any of these old systems by simply finding a very good alternative. Alternative with a real intrinsic values. Even gold is not, let's say, a full solution that we can have a dollar backed with gold. In one sense, it's okay for me to, transition through all this period, next couple of years. But again, gold was stolen from the earth. It hasn't been created by you. So the only aspect that you can use and you can share for your own benefit is if it is created by you. So any dollar that you want to use or any Bitcoin that you want to use, from now on in the future, but any currency that you want to use in your future days, think about this. Did you create it? Or it was kind of landed to you or given to you as a debt, so you have to repay something more. That's it.